It's gothy and update and stuff. I fucking finished it. I finished the stupid fucking bear. I have to fold it so you don't see the person's name on it. But it is finished. Yeah, it's done. So it's backstitched and everything. I'm going to pull the sewing machine out later and finish it up. But yeah, look, I did French knots. No, the camera's there. Yeah, French knots. I did them. The one up here looks pretty crappy, but the one down here looks better. Um, and along the top where I screwed up, I just sort of changed the stitch, and you can't notice. So it's done. It's magic. It's done. I don't have to. Once it's in a pillow, I don't have to look at it anymore. So yeah. And yesterday I went and got some stuffing so that it would be stuffed properly. I also found this, which I was thinking about putting around the edge. So yeah. Plus I've got the interfacing so that I can protect the stitches on the back and everything before I stuff it, and I'm going to do all that soon. I put some laundry on as well, do some laundry, and then that's, oh, and then probably kitchen. I'm probably going to clean the kitchen too. That's about it. So it's done. So today I'm going to be, once I'm done the adulting stuff, floss to wind, and clean my desk up, like the outside of my desk, because eventually I want to start these. So I got some more Warhammer figures. These are Chaos Cultists. They've got gas masks on. I ended up not actually paying anything for these because I do online surveys to sort of bring in a little bit of extra money when I can. And oh, well, like, oh, well, you've earned yourself a $20 voucher for Mighty Ape. Oh, okay. I was kind of hoping it would be like Coles or something, like put it towards groceries, but yeah. So I got this, and I got a comic book. So technically free, sort of, yeah. But that's a thing that I would like to do at some point. And yes, that's about it for like craft updates. I haven't really done anything else. I'm gonna pull when I finish the pillow off, because I've got to iron it first, and then measure everything, can cut fabrics and do all that jazz. So I'll be pulling the iron out at some point. So I might try and do some of my pearlers. As I have a whole thing of pearlers now. I've still only got 2 of the trays, but that should be enough to do a couple of small ones. Yeah, that's about it, really. Probably play some WoW, and that's generally it. So I'm gonna start doing some floss while I'm talking. Why not? So the other big thing that I've been trying to work out what to do about is my job network, because I'm becoming increasingly unhappy with them. Sorry, that's, I have to empty my little bin because it's full of floss and stuff. Alright, so, job network. Becoming increasingly unhappy with them. So, I called them probably about 20 minutes ago, because I sent my consultant an email last week about a possible job lead that I wanted some assistance with, because it's a library position. They're hiring for multiple roles, but one of their criteria was you've got to have a driver's license. So, because, again, being in this grey area, I'm too disabled to safely drive a car, which I totally agree with. Like, if my knee pops out while I'm driving, I could cause an accident. I could just, be in a one-person accident. I can cause multi-car accident. Like, my leg could lock up. Anything could happen. It's not safe. Even I agree with that. It's not a safe thing for me to be doing. But trying to get into the, trying to start the process for possibly getting a modified vehicle, or just even just the testing process, is just taking fucking forever. And, like, it's not like it's a free thing or anything. Like, once I get through, I've still got to fucking pay for it. And it's just taking forever. So I can't drive yet. I don't know when I'm going to be able to drive at this point. I wish I could fucking drive, because I'm sick of public transport and not being able to do things and go places, and, it's fucking shit, basically. But I still don't know how to, when a job, it got tangled, when a job application says, oh, like, you need a driver's license, it's like, well, how do you say, well, I can't drive because I'm disabled? Because it sort of puts you in this awkward spot where you've got to say, well, no, I can't drive, but you've got to explain why. Because if you say, oh, well, no, I don't have a license, they're just going to be like, oh, well, we need someone with a license, that's it. But if you say, oh, well, I can't drive because I'm disabled, you're putting forward that information that you're disabled, which gives the employer another chance, like, just straight off the bat, to discriminate against you. And they don't have to say outright it's because you're disabled. Like, there's loopholes. Anyone with a disability who's looking for work knows what the fucking loopholes are. It's like, you get bullshit excuses, like, oh, you don't have enough retail experience. Like, what, 7 years is enough? Like, like, you get bullshit. There's other ways to say it, and it's just like, yeah. But, yeah, so it's like, do I say, well, I can't drive because I'm disabled, but I'm able to get around? Or do I say, well, no, I just don't have a license? Because, I mean, they both sort of paint their own images, and an employer can take it either way they want. So, I asked my job network consultant to help me with it. To give me some advice, or, like, call them and advocate for me on my behalf or something. Like, fucking anything at this point. And I haven't heard from her. So I tried to call her, and apparently she was in for a little while this morning, but she's gone home sick. Which, fair enough, people get sick. I don't have a problem with that. But she hasn't replied to my email. I haven't heard from her in 3 weeks now. Like, it's... Like, this job network was supposed to be a really good one for people with disabilities. And I'm just getting more and more disappointed. I feel like they're not doing anything. She was supposed to have a job lead that she was really excited about, and I've heard nothing about it. Maybe if she'd actually spoken to me in 3 weeks, I might have heard something about it, but yeah. So now I'm just wondering whether it's worthwhile staying with them, or whether I should move again. Which, I'm so sick of moving to different job networks. Like, I shouldn't have to keep moving just to get the help that I want. Like, yeah. Yeah, and as much as I'd like to just do it completely on my own merit, it's obviously not working that well, because I'm still unemployed, so I obviously need the help. I don't know, it's frustrating, because, I want shit to go well. I'm sick of just fucking pushing for this shit. New people, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It's frustrating. So is this floss right now. It's really tangled. Sometimes it tangles really badly, and sometimes it doesn't. It's probably more to do with me more than anything, just the way that I do it. But it could also just be because, I mean, it's travelled internationally. It's been jostled around a whole bunch. Oh, this one's really bad. But, yes. I'm finished the fucking teddy bear. I'm so happy about that. I just put it into a pillow, and then it is done, and I never have to look at it again. Which will be a fantastic fucking day. But yeah, so now I'm probably going to pick up my Heaven and Earth Designs project, because I've got the challenge that I've got to do where you got to finish a page. I mean, it's almost the end of February, and you're supposed to have it done. I think April was the cutoff. So that'll be the next thing I pick up. It's my Heaven and Earth, which hopefully shouldn't take too long. As long as I actually sit and work on it. Hopefully. And we'll see how I go. Anyway, I might pick up some other stuff. I've got a couple of new starts I want to make as well, but I'll get to those eventually. So now I can actually start making progress on my projects, which I've left completely untouched. Because I knew if I started working on one of mine, then I wouldn't have touched the bear again. Because I fucking hate the thing. I knew I wouldn't have finished it. So now it's finished. I've just got to make it into a pillow, and then I can give it to my friend. And he can give me money. So, and that money can go towards bills. Because adulting. But yes. So the job network stuff is bugging me. And I've sort of been feeling a bit shut in and not antisocial. I actually feel like I want to be social. I've been feeling a little lonely, overall. But that's just, you know, part and parcel of being basically a shut-in, so. But on Friday, a friend of mine, there's this place out in Penrith that do, like, the plaster painting. Like, when you were kids, you used to go to the markets, and they'd have the plasters, and you could buy it in a set, and they came with paints and a paintbrush and everything. There's a place out in Penrith that does that, and she likes to go there sometimes. So because, yeah, so she's invited me. She's going Friday with a bunch of people, and she actually invited me, and I'm just like, wait, what? I got invited to something? Where's the entrance to the frozen hell? Because, yeah, that doesn't happen often. So I can't really, yeah. Yeah. I don't really blame people sometimes, but yeah, it gets annoying. But the place is, I've already sussed out the place. Fairly easy to get to. I'm probably just going to get a train to the closest train station and then just use the chair to get there and not worry about buses, because I'm still not ready to take a bus. And then, yeah, the place I've already sussed out. It's accessible. It's ground floor. The place inside is pretty flat. So it should be fun. It should be all good. And I know where it is. Like, it's close to this Italian restaurant I've been to before. See, this one didn't tangle at all. So, yeah, some do, some don't. It could be me, it could just be them getting jostled around in International Post, but yeah. And that's about it. Like, oh, and I had the Career Expo thing last week, which I feel like went well. When I went in, there was this lady sitting in, like, the very first stall as you came into the Career Expo part. And I came in and her face just lit up. She's like, oh! And I was like, oh, okay. Because there's this look that people get, and you can always tell, and they're just like, oh my god, there's a disabled person here. Oh, this is so awesome. Because they're probably thinking about diversity or some shit. Like, you can always tell that that's what they're thinking about. It's not like, oh, look, there's a cool person here, you know, who might interact with kids better or something. It's like, oh my god, there's our cripple card. So, yeah, I kind of avoided them. Chatted to one of the people there about their youth work programs and stuff, and ended up doing like, it wasn't like an interview, but it was an interview, but it wasn't like a specific job interview. It was just like sort of a general sort of interview. And I feel like that went well, and I was like, I made a couple of wheelchair jokes and stuff, and, sort of, yeah, tried to make it a bit more lighthearted, and, like, one of the questions was, oh, like, do you have a driver's license? And I was like, oh, no, but I've got wheels. Because I'm sitting there in a wheelchair. And because, like, there were a bunch of people sitting at the tables that they were using for interviews already, he's like, oh, well, there's a chair here. We'll just, like, sort of sit in the end of the table here. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, that's cool. And I mean, let's, at least you only have to find one chair, because, I'll bring my own. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And he laughed, like, he giggled a bit. So it wasn't, like, awkward, but, yeah. I feel like it went well. I don't know how long it will be before I possibly hear from them. I'll just keep an eye on their website, and if any jobs go up, I'll just apply for them anyway. And, yeah. This one's tangled as well. This one was really awkward. So, that went alright. And then afterwards, we were coming home, and we were trying to decide what to do for dinner. Because it was, by the time we got out of there, like, we left the expo at about 7:30ish. And it was just about 8 when we got back towards where we live. Back towards home. And we were like, oh, what do you want to do for dinner? Because, we won't be able to get meat out of the freezer, and, well, like, what do you feel like doing? Like, I can find something that doesn't need to be defrosted, or do you want to just go grab something? So we decided to grab something. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So then what do you want? And that's the other thing that, we always have trouble picking something. But we ended up going to the night markets. So there's this company that is now doing, like, night markets, and it's food and dessert and, like, retail and stuff as well, a little bit. And there's one that, and the one that was on that night was at our local IKEA, like, in their car park. So we went along and, we sussed it out. It was really good. We were going to get something from a food truck called Big Papa's. We've had stuff from them before, and they're really good. They do these really nice burgers. But they'd sold out of food by the time we got there. So we ended up going with a wood fire pizza place, and it was really nice. And then we also grabbed dessert, and we grabbed donut cones. So it's basically an ice cream cone. Like, they put the ice cream on top and everything, but instead of like an actual ice cream cone, it's a donut. It wasn't bad. The end got really soggy, so that part was a little disappointing. But overall, it was pretty nice. I quite liked it. This one has been a real pain in the ass. Yeah, so we had that, and then I also got fairy floss to bring home. So it's like a gourmet that way. Fairy floss. So one's strawberry, and one is cookies and cream. There's cookies in there, like cookie pieces. The cookies and cream one is really nice. The strawberry one's not bad, but it's really strong. So I'm gonna get. When I ordered groceries last night, they had some vanilla ice cream on sale. So I got some vanilla ice cream with the idea that we could mix the vanilla ice cream into in with the fairy floss, and it might sort of ease up the strength of it. In theory, anyway. This bit is seriously pissing me off. It's just been a real pain in the ass. So if I pull that one, that should come through. Ugh. I really do hate when they get tangled. Is that done now? Oh, for fuck's sake, there's still a knot there. You know what, fuck it. I hate the little tiny knots. Because, like, trying to undo, like, really tiny, tiny knots in six-stranded cotton is really annoying. Where did the thing go for this? This is Atlantis. That's the thing there. Almost fucked that up. So, yeah. The weekend was pretty average. Didn't really do anything. Just did some cleaning. We were going to do a garage sale, but it was kind of rainy and stuff. So, Andrew's been doing Uber. So, he went out and did that instead. And that's really it. What else did we do Saturday? Nothing. We went out yesterday for a couple of hours because we went to Spotlight and what did we do? Spotlight and Kmart. Picked up a couple of things from Kohl's. Did a little bit of window shopping kind of thing, and yeah. So the only thing I really need to do this week so far is the plaster painting thing on Friday with my friends, and I wanted to go see. I want to get like a mini iron, like one of those little travel ones, for perlers that I can just keep in my room because it won't take up as much space. It'll heat up a bit quicker because it's a smaller thing, and yeah, I just thought about having a look to see if I can get a cheap one. And yeah, that's the only other thing I wanted to do this week. So, yeah. It's not going to be a very interesting week, but I will hopefully get a lot of stitching done. I gotta log into WoW. But I've got shit to do. That's fine. So on Saturday, I got into this run for Nighthold, and it was a 30-man, they call it like 30-man Zerg. And it was kind of fun, but after, like, we one-shot the first 5 bosses, we got up to the 6th boss, and we were doing Tichondrius, and we had 2 wipes, and people started just quitting and, like, leaving and stuff, so like, oh no, I'm gonna keep going on Monday. I was like, oh, okay. It's Monday, but got stuff to do. I don't know. I might see if it's going while I'm doing laundry. Because when I do laundry, what I tend to do is I do like 2 or 3 loads at once and then hang it all out in one go because it's easier for me to do it once than 3 times. Because knees and such. Yeah, so I'm going to go and put on a load of laundry. Might make myself some lunch, actually. Getting kind of hungry. But yeah, not a very exciting week. Finished the stupid bear, so now I can do whatever the fuck I want. And hopefully next week I will have some actual updates with craft stuff. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.